Marc Shapiro is a really fantastic realtor. He is incredibly responsive, which is really hard to find in this industry. I've dealt in a couple of different home transactions, and he was the most amazing. He'd always call me back within 5 to 10 minutes, which was fantastic. Always got the paperwork done before we even had the deadline. He is a very trustworthy and very genuine individual, and that's one reason I really liked him. I mean, there are many reasons, but just as a person, he's nice, he's affable, he's easygoing, and he gets the job done. Marc's knowledge of downtown was great, and it actually was the deciding factor for me in buying my house downtown, because he had so much knowledge about the neighborhood and so much knowledge about the businesses and the activities downtown, so that made it a much easier decision for me. Marc Shapiro is incredibly well connected. Anything we needed during the transaction, he was able to call somebody and get it really quick. And since I bought the house, he's been able to connect me to lots of contractors and other kinds of services that I've needed, and he's been very proactive about that. So a lot of people don't realize that in a real estate transaction for a home, there are tons of points of negotiation. It's not just the price of the house. There's a lot of other stuff that goes with it, and Marc was with me every step of the way, and he was an incredible advocate for me as we negotiated all of those different steps. What makes Marc different from other real estate agents is his responsiveness, his really great responsiveness, his flexibility and his availability, and all of that equals just an amazing sense of professionalism. He did not disappoint whatsoever, and I actually went into it a little worried, not about Marc, just about real estate agents in general, and he did not disappoint whatsoever. He was fantastic. I remember there were times when I was on the computer at 10 and 11 p.m. and emailing Marc with some information that he needed, and he was actually emailing me back, and he would even call with more information. I mean, that's pretty incredible when your real estate agent is that available to you. When we closed on the house, I was on vacation in Hawaii. It was something that I could not reschedule, and Marc took care of everything that he possibly could for me so I could have a worry-free vacation, which was great. And when I came home, I had a house. I'm a really, really busy professional, and so having Marc in my corner as my real estate agent made it that much easier for me. I didn't have to worry about things on an hourly basis like other people do probably with their own agents. He took care of so much for me, and so that's why I would recommend him to anyone in my company and to anybody else I know who needs somebody who is that responsive and that available.
He really was interested in, making sure that people knew what they were getting and were comfortable with, with buying a place. Because I mean, buying a house is just really nerve-wracking, and there are some people that just can't handle the pressure sometimes, and he's really good about helping people through that. Plus, he's very thorough about going over all the contracts. I mean, he'll just about read every word to you, and he really wants to make sure that you know exactly what each paragraph and each, all that bold type and all the fine lettering and everything, so you know exactly what you're getting, basically. I think one of the things that I was really impressed by was his serviceability. Like you could call him in the evenings, and he would, by the next day, he'd have everything arranged to meet with someone like a contractor or, financing or whatever else. So he was very willing to take calls whenever, listen to any concerns that we had and things like that. In this market, if you have a contingent sale, that could cost you the ability to buy a place. And so we were very concerned about that at the time. We were able to use financing on our old house to help us buy this house and then turn around and sell the old house immediately. And so it was quite a complex deal. I mean, we had, money going this way and that way, wheelbarrows full everywhere. And he was able to smooth everything out, and he knew exactly, what the finance people were doing and what we needed to do as far as deadlines on the house and setting closing dates and, getting contractors in here and all that stuff. It was really well organized. Spending the kind of money you have to spend for a house like this really kind of scares you, especially if you're moving up a level from what you had before. And just having somebody there to say, I think this is going to work out fine. All the numbers are there, everything's good. We can go forward with this. And that really helped us out a lot.